Hello students, welcome to the subject of complex variable and partial differential equation. Myself Ankit Acharya, and in today's lecture we discuss about complex integration, as you all know that, and our first topic is line integral. In this topic, in line integral we already solved some of the very good example. Our first and second example are for line. Our third example is for z bar, integration z bar, but in that case we discuss about triangle. Our contour is a triangle, so that's why we have to find out all the integration for all these three line segment, three line. Okay, and after that we add. Now here something new. Now what is your figure? Here you can say that what is your figure? Figure is parabola, so that's why equation is already given. Equation is what? Y is equal to 2x square. Okay, and your points is from 1 to 2 to 8. Okay, and we want to find the value of integration x square minus iy square. Okay, so clearly u is equal to x square, and what is your v? V is equal to minus y square. Now we know that what is our formula for line integral? Integration f of z dz, that is equal to integration u dx minus v dy plus I integration u dy plus v dx. Okay, so that's why integration x square minus iy square dz, that is equal to integration x square minus iy square dz, that is equal to integration, what is u? U is equal to x square. So put the value of u and v in this equation. So integration x square dx plus y square dy plus I integration x square dy minus y square dx. Okay, so this is our final equation, call it equation number 1. So this is my equation number 1, let's say. Okay, for this example, so this is my equation number 1, right? Integration x square dx plus y square dy plus I integration x square dy minus y square dy. I just put the value of u and v in this main equation, right? Now parabola, the equation of parabola is already given, that is y is equal to 2x square. The line is already given 1 to 2 to 8. The points are already given 1 to 2 to 8. So when we take y is equal to 2x square in this equation, so what is your dy? If y is equal to 2x square, what is your dy? Dy is nothing but 4x dx. So instead of y we take 2x square, and instead of dy we take 4x dx. So your whole equation 1 converted into x. So that's why you have to take the limit of x, and limit of x is from what? 1 to 2. Okay, limit of x is a first coordinate, so limit is 1 to 2. So that's why, let's see. So integration x square minus iy square dz, that is equal to, okay, try to understand, instead of x square dx as it is, instead of y square, that is 2x square, instead of y we have 2x square, so this y square become 4x raised to 4. Okay, so this equal to, and limit from 1 to 2, right? X square dx minus y square. Okay, y square is what? 4x raised to 4, and dy is what? 4x dx. So 4x raised to 4, 4x raised to 4, and dy is what? 4x dx. Okay, plus I integration from 1 to 2, integration from 1 to 2, right? X square dy. So instead of dy I can write 4x dx. So that's why x square dy, so that is 4x dx, okay, plus 4x dx, right, minus, now y square is what? 4x raised to 4. So minus, I can write minus 4x raised to 4, and dx. So dx as it is, right? Dx. Now just simplify this equal to, I can write integration from 1 to 2 x square dx, okay, 4 into 4, 16, x raised to 4 into x. So 16 minus 16 x raised to 5 dx, okay, dx you can take outside from the bracket. So this equal to, I can write x square minus 16 x raised to 5 dx, okay, plus I integration from 1 to 2. Now see, this is 4x cube, okay, so this is 4x cube and minus, you can see that here we have 4x raised to 4, so 4x raised to 4 dx, okay, here. Now integration, so integration of x square is what, x cube by 3, so I just write this equal to integration from 1 to 2, okay, x cube by 3, right, x cube by 3. Now here x raised to 6 by 6, so minus 16 x raised to 6 by 6, integration limit from 1 to 2, plus I, okay, let's write here, so plus I integration of x cube, so that is x raised to 4 by 4, so 4 will be cancelled out, only you have x raised to 4, so that's why x raised to 4 minus, now integration of x raised to 4, so that is x raised to 5 divided by 5, so finally we have minus 4 by 5 x raised to 5 and integration limit is from 1 to 2. Now first of all here we have 8 by 3, now put first of all 2, so this equal to, I can write instead of x when I take 2, so this is 8 by 3 minus, okay, this is 2 raised to 6 into 8, okay, so 8 into 2 raised to 6 divided by 3 minus 1 by 3 minus 8 by 3, okay, clear, easy to understand, right? Now plus I, now take 2, so 2 raised to 4, that is 16 minus 4 by 5 into 2 raised to 5, so this is 32, right, minus, now take x is equal to 1, so this is 1 minus 4 by 5, okay, clear. Again I repeat, instead of x I take 2, so 2 raised to 3, so that is 8 by 3 minus here 8, 2 raised to 6 divided by 3, now take x is equal to 1, so this is 1 by 3 minus, this is 8 by 3, okay. So the final answer, when you calculate, you can easily calculate, so the final answer is 511 by 3 minus 49 by 5 I, okay, you can easily calculate, the final answer is this, okay. Now next is, so our first topic line integral is now completed, we solve all important examples. So our next topic is Cauchy-Gaussot theorem. Try to understand the first of all statement of this theorem, what it says. If f of z is analytic in a region R, then for any closed contour C in R, the value of integration f of z dz is equal to 0. That means if f of z is analytic throughout the region R, the value of integration of f of z over the contour C, that is always 0. Here this is our first example. You can see that we know that all our trigonometric functions, sin z, cos z, exponential function e raised to z, right? Also polynomial z, z square, z cube, all are analytic everywhere. Okay, already we discussed all this concept in second chapter. So here e raised to z upon z plus I. Now first of all, this is a circle, mod z minus I, that is equal to 1. So you already know that what is the general equation for circle, mod z minus a, that is equal to r, where a is a center and r is a radius. Okay, so what is your center? Center is I, and what is your radius? Radius is 1. So this is your circle. Suppose Okay, this is y-axis, x-axis, I. Here we have I, and approximately this is my circle with center. Okay, with center I and radius 1. Now this function is analytic everywhere except at one point. Which point? Z0 is equal to minus I, because at this point denominator becomes 0. Okay, when I take z is equal to minus I, let's take z is equal to minus I, so you can easily understand. Z is equal to minus I, so this denominator becomes 0. So this function e raised to z upon z plus I is analytic everywhere except only at one point. Z is equal to minus I, but minus I is this point in the given circle? No, minus I is here. Minus I is here. So that's why where your function is not analytic is already the outside from the circle. So that's why we can say that the whole function e raised to z upon z plus I is analytic, and that's why using Cauchy-Gaussert theorem. So this is the statement of Cauchy-Gaussert theorem. So using Cauchy-Gaussert theorem, I can write, okay, the value of integration that is equal to 0. The value of integration is 0. Okay. So just you have to write f of z is equal to e raised to z upon z plus I is analytic everywhere except at z is equal to minus I, but minus I is outside the circle. So that's why using Cauchy-Gaussert theorem directly you can say that the value of integration is 0. Let's take one more example. Z minus 1 upon z plus 1. So we know that f of z is what? Z minus 1 upon z plus 1. Okay, and mod z is equal to 1 by 2 is given. So compare this equation with mod z minus a is equal to r. So what is your a? A is equal to 0, and r is what? R is 1 by 2. Okay, so center is 0, and radius is 1 by 2. So suppose this is 1, so this is your circle. Okay, approximately this is your circle with center 0, 0 and radius 1 by 2. Right, now clearly this function is not analytic at minus 1, and minus 1 is already outside the circle. Okay, so that's why this function is analytic everywhere inside the given circle. So using Cauchy-Gaussert theorem, again integration z minus 1 upon z plus 1. Okay, the value of integration is 0. I can say the value of integration is 0 using Cauchy-Gaussert theorem. So in today's lecture we just completed our first topic, line integral. We already discussed for line integral, because in today's lecture our figure is parabola, y is equal to 2x square. Okay, and after that we discuss about Cauchy-Gaussert theorem, which is also very important. In 1 or 2 marks this type of example in GTU asked. Okay, so thank you.